Hey, good morning, guys. We're sitting here in Missouri. Thought we'd give it one last hurrah. Been having a big mature deer. I actually had the opportunity to harvest at 45 yards uh, on this particular piece of property. My first hunt this year in October, and just didn't feel confident with the shot. And deer kind of disappeared on me a little bit, and or there for a while, and then he had actually been showing back up, and I'd been having some pretty good camera, pretty consistent pictures of this deer coming in here in the morning, right at the gate, right there at that 650 to 720, I think is what that range was. But didn't have any luck this morning. As you guys can tell or hear there, there's a lot of water running, and I knew yesterday we had a decent amount of rain, but nothing like what I'm seeing here. We're overlooking the frigid forage food plot that I planted. Half of it was wild game buffet, and then the outer side was actually wild or big and beastie. And the reason why I went down that direction on this particular piece is we've got some turkeys in here, and I thought, well, if we get some mature toms, and I feel comfortable that if I harvested one of them, I wouldn't be doing a whole lot of damage to the population, I'd do that. And this actually has worked out incredibly well, and really more surprised me. I thought, well, I'll kind of go down that that idea, see how that worked out. And the Moultrie's been telling me that the turkeys have been coming in here about every day. And I look back over here just a few minutes ago, and there was actually 3 of the toms out here. So it was just great to kind of see the conservation effort I've tried to put into these pieces of property throughout the last couple of years in regards to trying to manage the deer, manage their turkeys, and then also manage those predators. The last couple of weeks you guys have seen me show some videos of whether it be after kind of trapping some raccoons or some coyotes. Both of those are major predators when it comes to your deer population as well as your turkeys. Again, the raccoons I primarily target because of the eggs on the turkeys, but there's been just tons of studies that I've seen that those critters will get into those nests and they'll just destroy the eggs, so you don't even get the chance to even have those turkeys develop into what a coyote would even chase after at that point. But after seeing what I've seen over time in person and on trail cameras, those are the two main animals I try to target species wise when it comes to trapping. And it's just great to kind of see all your work efforts kind of coming into place here. But this is probably going to wrap my deer hunting up here in Missouri. Kansas, you were allowed to kill a buck until the 31st. Had some good quality deer. Had the opportunity to harvest I think he's probably only a 3.5-year-old 8 or 9 point during rifle that elected to pass on him. He looked like he survived along with several other deer. So I try to harvest those those 4.5, 5.5-year-old deer, at least allow them to get to that big, and then you kind of make the call, if they're even in front of you. And that's easier said than done, as most people have realized. You can get you a big deer on camera, but that's only a 10% of the whole deal. You got to time that deer right, got to get him isolated, and then hopefully make the shot. But we'll continue through the end of January into the trapping aspect of it. I'm thinking we got some snow coming in here. Probably won't hit it this time, but sometime in February, March, if we end up getting some more snow, I'll probably start coming in here and frost seeding what I had in that big and beastie area out here, and try to get that more of a turkey situation, for this coming spring, help those birds out quite a bit. But having this particular food plot, this frigid forage food plot, split between the wild game buffet and which consists of like clovers, and then you got a cover crop that actually protects your clover while that gets established and grows, and it works out very well for both the fall and a spring grazing for both the deer and the turkeys. And then, the big and beastie, that's primarily just your brassicas, your turnip blend, and those deer just flat demolished all of this. I think this is a little over 2 acres. And the only thing I've got really green right now on this is that clover, but the deer have been in here. I've got one mineral site right out in here that the deer have been coming in on a regular basis. Trying to get those analogic minerals in there, as what they need. But I will show you guys one thing that I've recently picked up and I've been extremely impressed with. And what this is this is a rogue. It's a rogue fishing product. But what this thing does is it hooks on your phone. And so this is the iPhone, I think 6, 7. But all you're doing there is you just hook these things right over the top of it. And so, I mean, camera-wise, you're still ready to rock and roll. I've got an Android phone as well, the S9 Plus, and this thing fits on there just as good as it does here. So you can range all kinds of different phones there. Real easy concept, and what it does is it's just got your hook there, and you can kind of hook it. I hook it on my binoculars, but if you had a, just a small, and it also comes with a an item right there, so you could actually put that on maybe like a zipper, and then have your hook, just keep as you're needing it, just take it on and off that way. But the thing works out really good. It's made, that's some thick, it looks like some paracord, and it just works out pretty good. If you guys are like me out there, there's been several instances, especially like with these jersey gloves. I like to wear gloves because it gets cold, but also my hand movements with like the different, with the white showing. I mean, that can glare out that sun pretty quick. But on this, highly recommend it. If you guys don't already have some sort of a system in place to kind of protect your phone, I put that thing right there in the back side of my binoculars, and it fits very well. You can put it in your vest, but what happens is, as you bring that thing out, it can fall off, and if it does fall, well, now you got yourself covered. So, it's a rogue. I'll get a picture on this video so you guys can see it, but rogue fishing, and just kind of a phone holder, and I think they're like $14.99, and I saw it on Facebook just kind of as an advertising, and I went ahead and ordered a couple of them. I thought, for deer hunting up in a tree stand, or another big thing I'll be using it for is waterfowl and trapping. I'm out there in the middle of the pond or the creek, I'm in the water, basically, or even hunting out of a boat, duck hunting. You can definitely protect your investment. When you're talking $500,000-$600,000, $15 safety device is extremely small compared to what you can drop and replace in that phone. But I do want to thank every single one of you guys that have followed me throughout 2016 all the way into now. If you guys have been following me for one day or since the beginning, I truly appreciate you guys watching my videos. Hopefully you guys have learned. I absolutely love communicating back and forth with people that want to stay in contact with me. I like to learn different things from each and every one that I talk to, whether you've hunted for this is your first season, or this may be your 20th season. I think each one of us can definitely learn from one another. I think that's the best thing about conservation as well as hunting. So again, I appreciate every one of you guys, and we'll move on to the Brownlee trail cameras. And like always, best luck on your guys' upcoming hunt, and hopefully you guys are getting out there in nature some.